What up, you guys? Peek out here in Singapore. So, Ras at the end.
KuttiG!
KuttiG is my little guest tonight. So, we were having a discussion about something she was upset about, and I figured, you know what? Let's turn this into a podcast because honestly, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of you would benefit from hearing this real quick. So, we're gonna turn we're gonna turn a lecture into a podcast episode. What do you think? It's not really a lecture, right? When I talk to you about this stuff.
Yes.
It is?
No. Sorry.
It's all good. Okay, so basically what happened was baby girl is an artist. She loves to draw. And most of the time she likes to watch cartoons and then she'll pause the cartoon when she sees something really beautiful and then she'll stand in front of the TV and draw. She's trying to draw for, just what she sees on the TV replicated onto paper. Now she does that a lot with my phone as well. And there have been a lot of Instagram posts that kind of have the wrong way to do stuff and the right way to do things, kind of showing the evolution of how somebody began drawing and how they draw now. But this little girl, when she starts drawing, expects to be as good as the person who's been drawing for many years and is now posting on Instagram, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not a bad thing. I like that she has that expectation, but I don't like when she says, I hate my drawings, I'm never drawing again. I get really sad and worried for her because I don't want her to put that kind of pressure on herself all the time. I need her to understand that growing is a process. Making mistakes is part of the process. Not liking all of your drawings is normal. Do you know that that's normal?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that there are drawings that I make that I don't like?
Ma,
What?
at least I was able to draw a heart on the thingy.
A heart. Look, the point is, you're actually very good. For someone your age that has never actually taken formal formal classes on how to draw, you're kind of teaching yourself, and I love that. And that's part of the reason I want you involved in social media. I want you watching and learning and copying for now, because what we all started doing and what school teaches you to do is to copy. Copy what someone else has done first. Copy it so well that you memorize it and regurgitate it and say it back exactly the way it was said before. The national anthem,
Mm-hmm.
right? The pledge, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know it word for word, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you had to create a pledge for yourself, would you be able to do it?
Yes, because I would.
You understand the concept now,
I
right?
would play the song again and then
Write your own
change
words.
the words. Yeah.
Exactly. So now you know, but the point is, the first thing you had to do was learn it by heart the way someone else did it. The same thing with drawing, okay? And actually, the same thing with everything. I think you learn to copy first. You copy what the other person has done, and then eventually you kind of put your own twist on it. It's the same thing with singing. Don't we sing it exactly the way it's played on the radio first?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? And then when you get the hang of it, you learn your voice a little bit more. You kind of put some feeling into it, and it kind of comes out a little bit different. It's like your style, your spin on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember those t-shirts I showed you? There was a t-shirt company that does really fly t-shirts, by the way. So they use all of the Bugs Bunny, Looney Tune characters, basically, and they beef them up. It's called Super Fresh Clothing. I love it. And that's part of the reason I wanted to start a clothing line, because it's freaking dope, okay? So it's like muscle-bound Bugs Bunny or muscle-bound Elmer Fudd or Miss Piggy. Kermit the Frog is in there. Popeye is in there. I mean, Popeye was muscular anyway,
Who's
but
Popeye?
you know who Popeye is. Eats spinach and he's very strong all of a sudden.
Oh, and who's the frog are you talking about?
Kermit the Frog? Are you serious? Oh my Jesus. Okay, we have to go watch Jim Henson tomorrow, okay? We will introduce you to Jim Henson, Fraggle Rock and all of them. Okay, so the point being, you do remember Fraggle Rock, but you don't know Kermit, man? Oh my God, I failed as a mom. Okay, so the point being that even then, right, he probably started out drawing and practicing how to draw the cartoon characters, the Looney Tune characters, exactly as they appeared on TV. And eventually he was able to manipulate the drawing well enough because he understood his art. He broke the rules, right, artfully. He was able to draw them as muscular versions of themselves, which is why he's able to use very, very well-known logos and adjust them to suit his marketing technique. So I think that's really great, but it's another example of why you learn exactly what people have done before, exactly, like word for word what they've done before, and then eventually you put your spin on things and it becomes your version of it, your spin on it. People do this all the time. How many people? Chris Brown copied who? When he danced. Who'd he grow up watching? Chris Brown. Come on, girl. Michael Jackson, right? And guess what? I don't know if you know who Usher is, but Usher came before Chris Brown, and guess what? He copied Michael Jackson too. There are people who copied Rick James. There are people who copy. Who else was a really good dancer?
Michael Jackson.
Prince had his own way of dancing. It was a little different. Obviously, Elvis. If people were copying Elvis.
Fresh Prince?
Not Fresh Prince. It was the artist formerly known as Prince. I need to re-educate you. We got to go back to musicology. Yeah, we did a Prince throwback right there. So the point being that I need you to give yourself a break. Not hold yourself to these humongously high, oh my God, it has to be perfect the first time it comes out. Relax. You're 8. You've been drawing all your life, but it's only been 8 years. You know what I mean? So give yourself a break, and the strategies will come. The way you draw will change. The more you draw, the more you do it, the more it'll change, the more it will evolve. But I don't want you to give up. I don't want you to get mad every time it doesn't go right. And this goes for your schoolwork as well, young lady, okay? You get very, very frustrated when you get mistakes. When the teacher hands back a piece of paper and you got like question marks and corrections to make. You get mad when I tell you did this wrong, but if I don't give you practice work at home, I don't know where you're struggling at school because the teacher's not going to talk to me. Does she talk to me? Not unless you're in trouble, right? She doesn't call me every day. She doesn't let me know what's going on. And you don't talk to me about it either unless you have homework, right? So if I don't give you practice stuff at home, how am I supposed to know exactly what you need help with? That's what I'm looking at. You understand? But that also means that when you make a mistake, I'm not there to tell you you're bad. I'm not there to tell you that you screwed up, you're an idiot, loser, blah, blah. None of that. I'm trying to... No, but listen, think about this. Why don't you talk for a second, okay? How about this? When I go to correct you, what is the first thing I ask?
Where'd you go wrong?
I know where you went wrong, but I need to find out what were you thinking. And it's not like, oh my God, what were you thinking? No, it's not like that. It's like, okay, well, what were you thinking? What was going through your head? What made you choose to do this first instead of that first? Right? I know you don't like it. Look at you. You're like trying to hide from the microphone right now. Girl, come on. We got to talk to these people that want to hear from us. Listen, the point being, all right, I need to know what you were thinking. I need to know the logic you're using to process the questions, because when you're not in front of me, I can't walk you through it. When you're not in front of me, and let's say you have a quiz or like a worksheet to do in class, I can't help you with it. Your teacher has 30 kids to take care of. She can't walk you through it. You got to know at some point, right? So I see it as an opportunity for me to learn from you how you do things and then try and teach you where you can make adjustments so you get the answer that the school is expecting and it makes sense to you. You don't skip any steps. You don't forget anything. Right?
Yeah.
I know it's annoying. You get mad at me, don't you? We fight, don't we? Don't we fight? You yell at me, don't you? You can tell them it's okay. Safe environment. You can tell them. It's normal, okay? People do not like being told they're wrong. You don't have to be 8 to be mad at being told you're wrong. I'm 38 and I don't like it either. Okay? But the point is, if someone doesn't tell me I'm wrong, I might make the same mistake over and over and over and over and over again. And I don't want that either. Yeah? So, not doing it perfectly is not a bad thing. Not being awesome at it the first time, not a bad thing.
Really?
Not at all. Do you remember the first time you picked up a pencil? Do you know the kind of scribbling you did? It looks nothing like the writing you have now. But that scribble stuff, wow. And then you'd be like, Ma, you look, isn't this great? And I'm like, it's gorgeous. And I'm like, wow, okay. She has a long way to go. But the point is, I don't want to ever discourage you. I want you to keep going. I want you to try. And maybe you like drawing now. Maybe in a couple years you won't like drawing at all. Can you imagine not liking drawing?
I would die.
You would not die. I think your life would be a little less colorless.
I wouldn't have a hobby.
You have plenty of hobbies. But the point is, I don't want to discourage you. And I don't want to hear you discourage yourself. Okay? Because the things you tell yourself right now, trust me, if you don't change them now when they're ready to change, you'll have a really tough time changing it later. It's true. Let's say, for example, right, you learn to spell your name without an H. Maybe you said Gayatri. You hate that. I know. Relax. But maybe I told you that's the way you spell your name. And then later on you found out that I lied. I made a mistake. I completely forgot. I had a brain fart or something. And your birth certificate has an H in it. You know how hard it would be to change the way you write your name all of a sudden because you've been doing it the same way 100,000 times? You make mistakes a lot, huh? Because you had to change it. So...
Because Gayatri, Athena, like, what?
No, you know what I mean? Like, if you write things the same way every time forever...
Mm-hmm.
Let's say when you turn 10, I tell you, nope, that's not how you spell your name anymore. You'd be like, what the heck? What? No. And you're going to forget. And you're going to go back to the old way of doing things because you've been doing it so long.
Mm-hmm.
So the same thing. When you get mad at yourself for not doing something right, when you get mad at yourself for your drawings not looking perfect, when you get mad at yourself because I corrected you, I need to make sure that what you tell yourself is helpful to you in the future. Not just tell you how to fix the problem that you're having. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
What did you understand? Tell me. Tell me now. Tell me.
I understand that
I understand that she saw a squirrel and she's not paying attention now. So, see, this is what I have to deal with. And this is why I don't let her be on the podcast sometimes because she be tripping. Okay. Bottom line is habits are hard to change.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? They can be changed. They are absolutely, it's able to be changed. Okay? But it's hard the longer you've been doing it. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Just like that, the habit of telling yourself that you suck, telling yourself that you're not good enough, telling yourself that you will never be as great as blah, blah, blah. I don't know who, okay? Spider-Man.
Yeah. That
telling
ain't
it,
happening.
listen, but telling yourself that over and over again becomes a habit. What I've noticed, because I've heard you say it out loud, is you tell yourself that you suck, okay? And I've never said that to you. Have I ever said that you suck? No. Who has physically told you that you suck? Anybody? I'll beat him up right now. Who?
They're in school though.
Okay, they're in school. We'll chalk it up to their parenting because I'm not in charge of them. They are not my
monkeys,
not my circus. Very good. Okay, so I can't change them, but I can help you understand why they behave the way that they do. But in the same token, I need to help you understand that what you're saying to yourself is not true. You understand? You do not suck. You are a beginner. Okay? There's a big difference. Beginner means you're just starting out. You have your whole life in front of you to make a bunch of mistakes and learn from them. And I actually want you to make a lot of mistakes. I want you to make all the mistakes you can possibly make while you're with me instead of after I'm gone.
So make as many mistakes as I can in
Quickly.
You versus Wild.
Hurry up. Do them all now.
In You versus Wild?
The universe is wild. What?
You versus Wild.
Okay, she's been watching this Netflix series called You versus Wild. And in it, I told her you would probably learn a lot more if you choose the most dangerous option every time. Because if you fail and die, they'll tell you exactly why you failed and died. You learn more from your mistakes. And that scenario, right, is like extreme. You're never going to be out in the Arctic tracking down a dog that's lost in the snow or anything.
I ate a deadly mushroom.
That's just nasty. The point being, okay, I would rather you make a lot of mistakes. I would rather you experience life that way. I can't help it. You make me yawn. You over here yawning, you make me yawn. This is wild. This is the last time you're on the podcast.
Ha.
No, I don't think so. Okay. I would rather you make a lot of mistakes while I'm around so I can help you train your brain. Train the way you speak to yourself.
That rhymes.
That's all I wanted to say. It's very important. You got anything else you want to say?
Nope.
All right, you guys. Catch y'all in a minute. All right?
Bye.
Y'all take care.